Welcome to Superman Comic a Day as we tackle Action Comics number 21. This is the last Superman comic I'm covering today, as I will be covering Batman tomorrow. Superman and Action Comics are now definitely in the 1940s, and as things go with the first two issues that have taken place in the 1940s, things are looking much better. The story is big and fantastical and kind of dumb in all the right ways. If this is any sign, things are going to be improving quite soon. Though we do have the potential for World War II stories to kind of knock this out. And this is sort of a World War II story. It's definitely about fears revolving around World War II and the atomic bomb, which has not been invented yet. We're still some years away from that. We're only in 1940. But it's definitely on the mind of Jerry Siegel here. Seeing that I did this last time, I would like to bring up that this issue, if you have it near mint, is around $80,000 to sell. The reason for comics at this time being so expensive now, if you have one, is due to the paper quality being low and the fact that it was printed for children, so most children did not take care of these comics. They mostly kind of just fold them up and carry them in their back pocket. So a lot of these issues do not survive until now because of that. And also World War II will happen. It is in fact happening at this time. It's been happening for most of the creation of Superman at this point. But the United States is still not exactly in the war. So by the perspective of Siegel and Superman himself, they are not actually in the war. But the covers, as you can see, are very World War II inspired. And during World War II, they asked for donations of several kind of items to help during the war effort, one of which is being paper, and especially parents were really big in getting rid of boxes of comics. And those are really the two big reasons that a lot of comics at this time do not exist anymore and are fairly rare. So after that introduction panel that these comics have been having for a while, where we get sort of an idea of Superman's powers, and maybe it's sort of a prequel to the story, or a prologue to the story. It either has something to do with everything, or it has absolutely nothing to do with anything, so that's why it's really hard to explain these introductory paragraphs and panels. Clark happens to be walking by a building as it starts to collapse. He quickly uses his superpowers to save everyone, but a wall collapses on him. He gets out perfectly fine and meets Terry Curtis. Terry Curtis is a scientist who lives in this building, and it was his experiment that causes the building to collapse. He's working on some sort of atomic weapon. That's all it's described as. No bomb, just an atomic weapon. For some reason, Curtis is never arrested for, destroying the building he is in and doing dangerous experiments around, a residential area. But Clark makes quick friends with him. Later, Terry Curtis is out where he runs into a woman who looks just like Lois. And if we remember, we met a woman who was just like Lois in the last issue, that being Dolores Winters, the famous Hollywood actress and, currently the Ultra-Humanite, Superman's main villain. So they hit it off and she wants to see his lab. Clark comes by to check on the lab and on Curtis, where Curtis says that he's dating a woman who looks just like Dolores Winters. And Superman is continually kind of dumb. He doesn't put two and two together there. Though to be fair, she looks like Lois and all the women basically look like Lois. One different hairstyle, please, for a brunette. That's all I ask. So Clark leaves, has the realization that it might be actually the Ultra Dolores, and goes back to the lab. Curtis is missing and the lab has been destroyed and ransacked. Uh-oh. Back in the Ultra-Humanite secret lair, Terry Curtis is being tortured to build an atomic weapon for the Ultra-Humanite. And when I say torture, he is being held under like a big spotlight. Don't know what exactly it's doing. Honestly, for torture, probably keep me up for a few days. Doesn't seem all that bad, especially compared to the atomic weapon you're building. So Curtis agrees to build it, and Ultra starts making threats to the city over his Atomic Disintegrator. He threatens to destroy a building with it to prove its power. Clark becomes Superman. Superman, bright blue costume, red cape, Superman. And he goes and watches the building as it becomes closer and closer to the time, and they're not paying the ransom. By the way, the Ultra Dolores wanted $2 million, which is about $39 million in today's money, to not use the Atomic Disintegrator. A plane passes by. It's described as a strange aircraft. It doesn't actually look like a strange aircraft. It just looks like a bomber. There's a strange aircraft later in this comic that looks more like a helicopter with wings. Even that's not very strange. It shoots the building with some sort of ray, which is the Atomic Disintegrator, and the building starts to collapse. Superman is able to hold up the building long enough for everybody to run out. So in this comic, Superman is doing a great job at saving people, and that has been mainly the challenge. I approve. Then him and the airplane have like a little one-on-one fight. He does dodge out of the way of the Atomic Disintegrator, though it has not been mentioned yet, and I have no idea when this will ever come up. Superman is weak to radiation, so this would probably be a problem for him, if not straight out kill him. Superman defeats the aircraft by throwing a boulder at it. We're at the time where Superman throws a lot of boulders at things to solve his problems. And so far it's been working. I mean, if you could throw a boulder at something, how often would you be doing it? So Superman heads to Ultra's volcano lair. That's right. Ultra Dolores has a volcano lair. Finally, we're having some damn fun. Screw mobsters, they're never going to have volcano lair. I wonder what the first instance of a volcano lair for a supervillain is. Is it this? Did Dr. Fu Manchu have one in one of those books? I don't know, but I do love me a good volcano lair. When Superman lands, he's immediately attacked by guard robots. These robots sort of look like robots out of DuckTales. And unfortunately, though we get him fighting robots, these robots are really crap. He destroys them in like one panel. Mobsters have been more useful against him. Just amp up the robots a bit. A little bit. Superman confronts Ultra, who reveals that they have the Atomic Disintegrator pointed at the city to destroy Metropolis, and wants the crown jewels in return. And if Superman gets the crown jewels, Ultra Dolores will hand over Terry Curtis. So Superman goes to get the crown jewels. I don't know what crown jewels these are, because they're in Metropolis. Unless he's in... No, it's the United States military. And the Royal Crown is not known for sending the crown jewels around to be easily stolen. This is all a trap by Ultra Dolores, who sends out a radio warning people that Superman's about to steal the crown jewels, so the military is waiting for him. Unfortunately, the military can't do anything to him. He just kind of blasts right through them, breaking through walls. At one point, he takes the military commander who's on the top of the building and hangs him from the roof until they let him in. So he steals the crown jewels and comes back. Of course, Ultra Dolores is planning to double-cross him again, but Terry Curtis is able to get the upper hand because Ultra Dolores is no longer paying attention. So Superman's destroying the Atomic Disintegrator, leaving it up as a mystery if Ultra Dolores is ever going to return again. I don't know if Ultra Dolores ever returns again, but the Ultra-Humanite will eventually return. But for right now, they're gone, as we're going to get Superman's greatest villain in about 2 or 3 issues. And once he's here, there's really no point for Ultra Dolores or the Ultra-Humanite, and he is so much better than them. With the Ultra Disintegrator completely destroyed, Superman grabs Terry Curtis, jumps him out, and then starts throwing boulders into the volcano to cause it to erupt and destroy the lab. I can't say I'm a volcano expert, but I don't think this would cause a volcano to erupt. Feel free to correct me in the comments. I just don't think it would work. Back at Terry's apartment, Superman warns about continuing experiments with atomic power, specifically telling him it's probably best left alone. Funny seeing what's about to happen in a few years. And yeah, that's it for Action Comics number 21. A big, fun, fantastical Superman story. I would love if they were all like this, because Superman is a big, fun, fantastical character. And without big, fun, fantastical challenges, like, what is even the point? Nothing can stand against him. Leave the mobsters for Batman. He's much more well-equipped and a character made to deal with mobsters, and that's Superman. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications when a new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays are now Bat Friday, where I cover either a Batman or Detective Comics issue. And until next time, let us ponder the question, whatever did happen to the Man of Tomorrow? Bye!